Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And that's your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back. Boy, I'll tell you, things are coming so fast and furious and constant. One issue after another. It's just, it's overwhelming. And I think that's part of the issue with the Democrats is that it's like trying to get a drink out of a fire hose. I mean, 99.9% of it gets by you and none of it sticks. And I don't know. How did we get to this point? We could go on for hours. I think we're in a lot of trouble. But just for whatever's worth, Department, I decided to show one old video here I think that is well worth mentioning. And I'll say this again because I can't get a proper answer. And I don't think anybody can, except for a very small, tiny group of people. Who the hell really is president? Faceless, nameless, unelected, bureaucrats, policy cultists? I don't know. Biden says that paying illegal immigrants who are separated from their children at the border, paying them is garbage. And then the next time he's mad because they should be compensated for being separated. We go back and forth. I wonder, is the people that are really making the policy that are enacting the laws that govern over 300 million people informing the president what they are? But I think you'll find this first clip, it's an older one from 2007. I think you'll find it fascinating. Let's listen.
There's a lot at stake in how we end this war. It makes a big difference how we end this war. And it makes a big difference to tell the American people the truth about what our options are.
Now, look at that. Senator Joseph Biden, Democrat, Delaware. This is when he was president for the 26th time. I exaggerate, of course. And he never did well. Ever. This is the same cycle, by the way, Barack Obama ran in 2007. As you can see, this is in August. So he hasn't dropped out of the race yet, but he's going to soon. I don't think he's ever gotten more than 10, 12% of the vote from Democrats. Democrats nationwide didn't like him. But look at what he's thinking. Look at what he's thinking and what he's saying. And looking what he's thinking and what he's saying now. This is a huge deal. This is about a war America was involved in for over 20 years. Let's listen up and see what else he says.
In ending this war. If tomorrow the order goes out from I'm President of the United States, I issue an order, end the war today, begin to withdraw all American troops. It will take a year to get the American troops out. Do you hear me now? That's the truth. It will take a year to get them physically out. Now, if you leave all the equipment behind, you might be able to do it in 7 months.
Yeah. If we leave all the equipment behind, you can do it in 7 months. He did nothing. Nothing. He was sworn in January, and then at the end of August, a total collapse and fiasco. Think about that for a minute. From January to August is 7 months. And this is in 2007. People weren't paying attention. I didn't know this clip existed either. Of course, I never would have voted for Biden. There was a gun to my head. But it's funny how the internet, nothing ever goes away and it can always be found. But yet, here we are. Why wasn't this clip shown a lot during the fiasco called the Afghan withdrawal? I don't know. And this is from 2007. They're going to see a couple of really short clips concerning the president, supposedly. Now, this is when he was thinking for himself. I don't know. Maybe it was his idea to pull out of Afghanistan and leave billions of dollars worth of equipment behind. Look what he says at the very end, I find fascinating.
And you leave those billions of dollars of weapons behind, I promise they're going to be used against your grandchild and mine someday.
They're going to be used against your grandchild and mine someday. And he said 7 months. I don't think the way the troops were taken out of Afghanistan was totally President Biden's thought or order. I think he wanted to leave it with as much damage as possible. I think he wanted to go back in under a different set of circumstances, still might, into Iran. Got to remember, these guys are with the old neocons, the old neo-Dems, I'll call them. They're warmongers. They always have been. Trump's mistake was the first week after he was sworn in as president, he sat down with his people and said, I want plans drawn up. I want out of Afghanistan. They were after him before that. And he said that during the campaign. So who really is in charge of the Oval? The big power people? Money people? I don't know. Let's look at a couple of short clips to give you an idea how clueless these people really are. It's fascinating to behold. It really is.
So the president's talked about OPEC increasing production. We have the potential here to increase production as well. We can drill oil wells down in Texas that come online very quickly. We can drill gas wells up in Appalachia. They come on even more quickly. Natural gas prices, as you know, are set domestically, not internationally. Natural gas has gone from $2 to $5 during this period. Is the president in favor of, in the short run, our drilling more wells in America to provide more oil and gas?
Now, that's a legitimate question. This is from MSNBC, I believe. And on the right is the Secretary of Energy, who I showed in an earlier episode when asked by Bloomberg when she was overseas in Europe during the fake climate control forum or whatever the heck they called it. She laughed hysterically about production, increasing in production. And she went on very condescending and say, well, there's this little organization called OPEC, and they are, they're a monopoly and blah, 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 blah. Well, even you voters out there that hate Donald Trump's guts, even the cult members can't deny the fact, well, maybe they might, deny the fact the last year Trump was president, we were energy independent. That is a huge freaking deal for a lot of reasons. The huge spike in natural gas and gasoline prices puts the brakes on any economic development. It's like they want the economy to crash. They can't beat America militarily, so they're going to beat it from internally. I don't understand. That has to be their plan, as evil as it is. Because even crazy people have a reason. It might be off the hook. So this is a legitimate question this gentleman's asking. Why aren't we producing natural gas, increasing the withdrawal from the ground as well as oil in Texas to bring down some of the prices to help chug along, fuel along the economic recovery, even though everything they do is trying to keep the economy from growing with the vaccine mandates and all kinds of other crazy stuff, stopping pipelines, you name it. They're doing everything in their power to make sure that the U.S. does not recover. And after asking this fair question, listen to her answer.
For the American people.
The president does want to see more of a match between demand and supply.
More of a match between demand and supply. The hell does that mean? I know what she means, demand and supply. You want the supply to be more than the demand. Keeps prices down. Anybody knows that with two brain cells touching. When there's more of it in the market, it's worth less. So what does that mean? It means nothing. It means nothing. Open up the natural gas wells in Appalachia. Excellent idea. Start pumping more oil out of Texas. Well, they're saying, well, his progressive climate change people will be all over his case. Here's a news flash for you folks, you progressive, I'll call you mental defectives, is the fact that whether we drill the oil out of Texas or the natural gas out of Appalachia in the examples that this gentleman used, the fossil fuels are still going to be spent. They're still going to do as much damage as you say they're going to do. We're just going to get the oil from somewhere else. So not only does it do zero against your carbon emissions that you live and prey on or the hill you want to die on, it stops hundreds of billions, in fact, trillions of dollars in the end of money flowing into the United States from the money we get for our exports. We were the number one exporter of natural gas and oil in the world. I'm not 100% sure on natural gas, but I know oil, yes. And that includes Saudi Arabia and these so-called OPEC countries. We were exporting more, bringing in God knows how much money into the country from overseas. It's amazing to me. Now let's listen to one more clip to give you an idea how clueless these people really are. It's incredible to me. It really and truly is. I don't know.
And on what the Secretary General and what she was saying yesterday, what options besides tapping the Strategic Petroleum Reserve does the president have to counteract higher gas prices?
Now, before she answers, or what gives she thinks is an answer, which is a non-answer, that gentleman had two excellent ideas. You can get to the oil very quickly in Texas and other parts of the country, and even easier to get to the natural gas in Appalachia, which many parts of Appalachia could definitely use the economic plus, economic jump. So besides, she didn't even mention those things. Besides tapping into our strategic oil reserve, what is the president thinking or doing to bring down gas prices? Listen to this answer.
So, I've talked about this a couple of times. We don't have an announcement yet on anything to share at this time. But we're monitoring it, right? We're monitoring the prices, and we're making sure that we have tools in our tool belts that.
We're monitoring the prices, and we have tools in our tool belts. I can go on right now and take 10 minutes and give you an idea of what gas is selling for all over the country. You need to have an advanced degree in government to work in the White House to figure that out. A college student junior high school could do it for a project paper. Tools in our toolbox. I am so tired of these canned cliche answers I could scream. I've never seen people talk so much and say absolutely nothing. Let's listen on.
We can try and use, but at this time I don't have any.
That we can try and use this time we don't have any. They don't have anything. Biden was senator for over 35 years, I believe. He was vice president for 8. And you don't have anything? This is who's in charge, folks.
Anything new to share.
What are you reviewing? Because Secretary Granholm has confirmed that is an option that's on the table, and the president has said there are other tools that he could potentially use. So could you just lay out what those other options are that he's considering?
So I don't have anything specific here. The president spoke to this recently, but he's also asked FTC to crack down on illegal pricing, right? That is one thing.
Oh, illegal pricing, price gouging. Are you kidding me? Which means he's doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. On purpose. It makes you wonder. Things that make you go,
that he did on gouging in the market, and the FTC is responding, but also we're going to continue to monitor the situation and have a number of tools in our arsenal. As I just mentioned, I don't have any.
A number of tools in our arsenal. Like what? She asked the question basically twice. We have a number of tools in our arsenal. Another 3x5 card cliche answer. But I really have nothing. And there you have it. And there you have it, folks. That is the spokesperson for the President of the United States, the richest country on earth, the number one economy on earth, and the most powerful military on earth. And this is what they're doing, and this is who's in charge. We have a number of tools in our tool belt. Like what? Well, the president is monitoring it, and we'll keep you abreast on what. They don't say anything. They don't say anything. You know, everybody got on Trump's ass. But I'll bet you these press people, especially the White House press corps, if you asked them on the side, that nobody will ever know how you answer this question. Do you wish you had Trump back? I bet you 98% of them would say yes. They might not have liked him. He was too accessible. Too accessible. And this is the guy that's in charge, or at least on paper he is. We're in a lot of trouble, folks. And my prediction, by the way, still stands firm. Joe Biden will resign mid-2022 in January. My guess is we'll be in the middle of the month. They might even finagle it as much to make it January 20th for the swearing in of Kamala Harris, because January 20th is Inauguration Day. I think they might go the day after or 2 days after just to say they can't have the talking point, well, Biden was president for less than a year. I think that's my guess. It'll be shortly after the 20th. That way he has 1 full year in. And then he'll say, after consulting with my family and doctors in the trouble that we're in, I have great faith and confidence in Vice President Harris, in her initiative and her zeal for helping the country. And she's also younger. And these kind of difficulties take a younger person. I'll always be around, of course, to advise Vice President Harris after she's sworn in. But my caring about the country is paramount. That way, I'm stepping down for that reason. I don't want to, but I'm putting the country first. And so I'll hope you all support, come January, the new president, President Harris. And then you'll get like, oh, let me see if I can find the right sound effect. You tell them, Joe, you tell them. But this is what's going to happen after she's sworn in. And not only are we going to be laughing, the whole world will be laughing even harder than they are now. Think about that, you moderate Democrats, you independents, and a small group of Republicans that voted for Joe Biden. This is what you voted for. Think about it next time, long and hard. Your hatred for Trump has screwed us all. You can fix this before it's too late. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.